Everyone has a Steam Deck, or wants one, which shows that the product is a huge hit. This is a first for Valve in terms of hardware. They are successful in almost every endeavor they attempt, but hardware is not one of them. Valve was surprised by how well the Steam Deck did, and it didn't take long for them to start planning a follow-up, which they called the Steam Deck 2. Valve is making Steam Deck 2 right now. Valve first told people about the news by putting out a 50-page booklet about the Steam Deck. Valve says in the aforementioned booklet that they are thinking about making more Steam OS and Steam Decks. Valve will follow up on this product in the not-too-distant future by making upgrades and iterations to both the hardware and software, eventually releasing new versions of the Steam Deck product. It is a well-known fact that the Steam Deck is not perfect, even though it is a huge success. This is a popular and in-demand product, so it makes sense that there is a lot of feedback on it. Valve has said that they are listening to the feedback and plan to use it in the new model. This is a line of products that has been around for a long time. Valve will keep working on SteamOS and Steam Deck for a long time to come. We'll learn from the Steam community about new ways to use our hardware that we hadn't thought of yet. And we'll build new versions of Steam Deck that are even more open and powerful than the first one. Because of this, the company is already hard at work on Steam Deck 2. This shouldn't be a surprise, given how many people are clearly interested in the deck, as shown by the fact that the number of reservations has already pushed the device's expected release date all the way back to after Q2 of this year. Time will tell if it will be a big improvement and if it will be able to compete with products like the Aino next. Gabe Newell, co-founder and president of Valve, in an interview casually confirmed that there would be a Steam Deck 2. He said that the release of the company's gaming PC would help picture and frame our thoughts for the upcoming Deck 2. Newell went on to say that the new deck would be made to take advantage of the capabilities that mobile gives us, above and beyond what you would get in a traditional desk or laptop gaming environment. Newell said that this would be the most important part of the design process. We can't find out what Valve is making in its Washington offices because Valve is keeping the details of what it is making very secret. But we know what to expect from the specs of the Steam Deck 2 compared to the portable powerhouse that the company is selling now. People have made guesses about when Steam Deck 2 will come out. Because Valve just put out the first Steam Deck, that doesn't mean the release of Steam Deck 2 will come out anytime soon. But this doesn't mean that new versions of the deck that are already on the market won't be better in the near future. This is like what Nintendo did when it added an OLED model to its Switch line. Price rumors about Steam Deck 2. Gabe Newell has said that getting the base model of Steam Deck to sell for $399 was painful, so the price of Steam Deck 2 may be higher. This is especially true since the cost of the materials that are used to make PC parts keeps going up. Valve might be able to make up for the lower profit expectations of basic-level Steam Deck 2 models by making more high-end models. During an interview with Edge magazine, Newell said that the most popular SKU of the deck is also the most expensive. He said that the customers keep saying that they want a more pricey version of this, whether it's because it has more horsepower or something else, which seems like a much more concentrated sort of a demand. He says that this is how the company is looking at it. There are rumors about the video game Steam Deck 2. Even though there hasn't been any official information or big leaks about what the Steam Deck 2 will be like, we can make some educated guesses based on what's in the current deck. By increasing the battery capacity to more than 40 watts per hour, one of the main complaints about the deck could be fixed. It would have a much longer battery life. A QOLED or a regular OLED, when compared to the current LCD panel of IPS, will have a screen and display that would have much more accurate colors and would let Valve cut down on the amount of border around the screen by a lot. RDNA 2 chip is used in the newest version of Valve's device, but a brand new AMD Ryzen APU is preferred for the Steam Deck 2. It is called Little Phoenix because it is expected to be an extremely low-powered version of Phoenix Point CPU, which is the next generation stuff. It has 8 threads, 4 workgroup processors, and 4 cores. There have been rumors about how well Deck 2 will do. Before the game comes out, there will be no official or leaked benchmarks for how well Steam Deck 2 runs. Because of this, we expect Valve to make the next deck better at gaming and last longer on a charge than the one that is currently available. No matter what, the compatibility of the game's levels should be written down so it's easier to find games that can be played on a Steam Deck 2. Even though game controllers feel different to different people, Valve will find it hard to improve the placement of its thumbsticks without getting rid of the track packs, which are useful for gamers that use a mouse and for desktop mode. But if Valve redesigns its hardware around a new processor, it might also be able to make the product easier to use. Steam Deck 2 will offer better screens. The only part of the current Steam Deck that can be called a first-generation product with certainty is the way that it looks. There are a few light leaks around the edges of the screen, and the contrast could be better. Even though it's bright enough and looks sharp enough on a 7-inch screen with a resolution of 1280 by 800, the screen has these problems. Valve needs to give top priority to making a better LED screen, or, even better, an OLED screen. We should ask Valve to put a coating on all of their products, not just the most expensive ones, that keeps them from getting scratched. It will have batteries that are not as hard to fix. Valve has done a great job helping people fix their Steam Decks by working with iFixit to offer replacement parts and how-to guides. This proves that Valve cares about the Steam community. Because of this, the battery on the Steam Deck, which is likely to be the main part that will need to be replaced in the future, is hard to take off because it is stuck in place by a lot of glue. It shouldn't be necessary to use a heat gun to change the batteries in the Steam Deck 2. There are going to be more color choices in this variant. If you look around the Steam Deck subreddit, you'll find some amazing examples of how people have customized their handheld devices with aftermarket stick-on skins and some complaints about how hard it is to put these skins on. Valve can be forgiven for making the first version of the Steam Deck out of boring black plastic, because hardware was already in short supply. But we'd like Valve to add more color options to the Steam Deck in future versions. These would add more personality to the Steam Deck without the need to carefully place stickers. Thanks for watching this video. We'll see you again soon.